Got it.
Hello and welcome back to another episode of Black Hair in the Big Leagues. Or if you're watching this on YouTube, it'll be on It's Me, Salisha. You guys. Oh, just starting this call, my little closet has been filled with an atmosphere of love and this magnetic. It's really hard for me to even put into words the energy that is coming off of the screen right now from me. My guest today is she's a special one. She's from the Great White Way to the silver screen. You might have seen her in The Lion King on Broadway,
Mhm.
or was it Pink Rise of the Pink Ladies, or We Stay Looking? But right now, she is making the star turn of star turns. If you couldn't already classify her already as a star, there will be no doubting now. She is making the starest of starry turns, starring opposite Halle Bailey, Taraji P. Henson, Fantasia Barrino, Danielle Brooks. She is making the transition to the huge silver screen as young Celie in the new version of The Color Purple coming out this Christmas 2024. Please help me give a warm welcome to Phylicia Pearl Mpasi. Good morning.
That introduction is the nicest thing I've ever received, and I would like to have that as my ringtone when I wake up in the morning. That talk about affirming me. Thank you.
Girl,
What?
I am so inspired by you. Inspired. And when I say inspired, I mean
Oh,
goosebumps every time you pop up on my feed. Goosebumps every time I pass a Color Purple poster. I met you at our friend Husso's wedding, right?
yeah. Yeah.
I had no idea what you had done. I just know that you were so much fun. I have a whole photo shoot of you in my phone trying to get the right
Oh my
light
God,
on the
yes.
right. Were you filming at that time? Had you already filmed Color Purple?
And wrapped.
It already was
Yeah, we
wrapped.
finished filming by then.
When was that?
hmm
2021? 22?
She got married September 2022. September?
Right before me.
Uh-oh,
Yeah.
sorry, Huso. August?
Yes, it was a
Girl,
couple
I
months.
apologize. Huso, you know I love you, but I sure don't remember when you got married. I apologize. I'll send a gift at some point. I'm very sorry.
That's you just reminded me. It was a couple months. I got married in October that year, so she got married a couple months
You
before.
did, yes.
Yes.
Yes. And I remember being inspired by you because of the vision board party, the saying, I want a husband, I want this, I'm very clear about it. And then being on the Zoom, I forget what Zoom it was, but the husband was on the Zoom, and that's how it started. And I think about that all the time. Don't get it
Oh,
twisted.
see,
Don't get
that
it
is
twisted.
to me, that
Yes.
is just a testament of God hearing prayers, you putting out into the universe what you want and being very clear about what it is that you want. I think I saw on your page main character energy.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. This is what you are giving, and this is what now you are getting. So, question for you is, when did you decide to have main character energy? When did that even pop up into your mind?
I think I've always had it. This journey to being a performer and acting and writing was not an easy one. And I think I always had it because I never stopped. Like people would tell me, you can't play this part. And I'd be like, I see that you're saying that. I'll figure out another avenue to get to what I want. Or like, when I was in school, I only got cast in one main stage show. And I was like, okay, I'm not gonna quit. I'm just gonna like learn other things that are probably gonna help me get to like the star turn that I actually want to have. And it was actually my manager's assistant said it to me. She was like, yeah, we were talking about you in like our weekly meeting and it just came up and like, you have such a main character energy. And I was like, what are you talking about? But at the time I was making YouTube videos in my basement where I literally was the main character. It was called By Phylicia. I redid the Moesha theme song to be like feet to the lead to the
Oh my
feet to the
God. Wait, I
did
have
the
to watch
whole thing.
this.
Oh, it's so embarrassing. I don't know what I was going through during the pandemic. I was like on a different
Girl,
planet.
what were we all going through in the pandemic?
I know. But yeah, when she said that to me, I was like, that feels right. Like and I had this phrase that I always walked by, like, be the star of your own life. Like I always would say that to people and to myself, like, well, be the star of your own life, girl. Like, and it just has always helped me cope with like different things that have happened to me. Cause I literally live my life as though it's like a TV show or a movie where I'll like break the fourth wall and do like looks to camera and people are like, what are you doing? And I'm like, my life's a TV show.
You said,
So like
I love that. And you know what is such a beautiful thing about what you're saying is like you are the star of your own life. You are the star of your own TV show. And you still at the same time you are so incredibly humble and down to earth.
oh, thank
And
you.
so it's just a very beautiful balance. Um I would love to like as the little theater kid, I would love to ask you like, oh,
Mhm.
first of all, okay, was the dream always TV? Was it always movies? Was it always Broadway? What came first? Theater, film?
Ooh. What came first was TV. I wanted to be on Disney Channel. I wanted to be Raven Simone.
Oh,
That's it. I just was like, I'm going to be Raven Simone. What I and then I think when the dream doesn't happen like exactly how you want it, you then I at least find out what it actually is the intention behind the dream. And the dream was like, I want to inspire little Black girls. So I was inspired by Raven. And I was like, that's what I want to do. Um, I know. And then I did like did you ever hear about John Robert Powers or like Barbizon, like those companies?
wait, yes. I
Yeah,
thought
okay, so
Barbizon was just in Fresno. Was that nationwide?
I think I did John Robert Powers, but they're like the same thing. I think Barbizon is more modeling, and John Robert Powers was like audition, and you'll be on Disney Channel. But it was like audition and give us $5,000 to take acting classes, and then we'll like maybe give you an audition to be like a co-star on Disney Channel, but you better live in LA. So it was like one of those things where
Yes.
my mom just like paid a lot of money for me to take these acting classes, but only because she saw that I got in the program out of like thousands of kids that picked like 30 of us. So she was like, well, you got something. Okay. And she's African. So she was like, what's if you're not doing it, if you're not the best, you need to be the best. And I was like, well, I'm the best. So thank you.
Amazing. What age was that around?
Like 10 or 11, maybe 11, because I was gonna go into high school the next year. 11, right? Because I was young in high school. 11, yes.
So you
11 turning 12.
so you started in like the film world then.
Yeah, I started in film. It's what I really, really wanted to do and like be on camera. I think then I got a theater scholarship to go to my high school, and you
Wow.
had to participate in all the shows. And what really got me was oh man, I hate saying it, but the validation you get like right away
I
doing
mean,
theater. It's really nice, but it's really nice in a way of like, okay, I did a good job. Like, not that I need the ego. It's just like I did a good job. Like, we're all on the same journey. You're understanding. And I feel that way. Like I worked in tech the first 2 years of high school. I
you
was like in the
did?
ensemble of, yeah, I was in the ensemble of one show, and then I did like community theater. But at my high school, I wasn't cast as a lead role until my junior year. So I had to like wait and like work. And I felt the pride when it was like costumes look good. I was like, those are my
Oh
costumes. Like,
my
yay.
gosh. This is like
Yeah.
definitely painting the picture of like the full are are you first generation
Yes.
citizen?
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, I say first generation. I've heard people say second generation, but I think I'm first generation because I was the first generation born here.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
I'm
First
sensing this
gen.
well-rounded. You start in tech, obviously, appreciate your
Oh
crew,
yeah.
you took the classes. Okay, and then how did you get on the path of theater then? How you ended up in The Lion King. What is that story?
Okay, theater. So I had the theater scholarship in high school. I had a director when I first auditioned for community theater, because my high school, we weren't like a big theater high school. So those auditions were like everyone sings the same 16 bars from the show, and
Got it.
like they just pick from there kind of.
Okay.
And my friend Kaya took me to a community theater audition where you had to bring in your own song and like learn a combination. It was my first time doing anything like that. And I sang The Wizard and I from Wicked. And if you know the song, pretty easy in the beginning. It's just like, speak singing. And that's what I sang. And this director was like, no, honey, what are you doing? You brought me this big belty song. So that must mean you want to be big and belty, sing the end of the song. And I was like, I've never, right. And I'm like 13.
Right. The end of the song is a gotcha.
Is a gotcha. And I was like, oh, I've never sung it in front of anyone. Like I've sung it in my bathroom. But he was like adamant. He was like, well, I mean, you brought it in for a reason. And that happens to me a lot where I'll like do something and some like blessings are like, well, you did this thing for a reason. What are you actually trying to say? And he made me sing the end of the song. And I turned around from everyone because I was so scared and plugged my ears and sang the song like, and I stand there with the wizard. And I turned back around. Everyone is crying. Like everyone has tears. And I was like, oh man, it must have been really bad. And
No
my friend Kaya is like, she can't breathe. Like I've never experienced. And my mom is on the other side of the door listening, which I didn't know until later. And like people could hear me out in the hallway. And that director was like, you are never allowed to sing anything that's not that. It was just like, you can sing. And I was like, oh my God. So that's where theater comes in. Because I didn't think I could like sing really. Because I'm Catholic and our singing is very classically trained, like, oh, hallelujah, which is what I was like, oh, if I do theater, it's giving Audra McDonald.
Right.
Yeah. And then I just kept doing like, I did like Broadway Theater Project. I followed a boy there. I mean, he's gay, but I still like was like, I'm in love with him. So I followed him there. And then went to Elon University, studied musical theater.
Right on. Great.
Yeah, wasn't really cast in much. So I kind of like say that I built my own education. Like when my friends would go to rehearsals, I'd be in practice rooms learning songs. I would like ask a friend, like, teach me this dance combo, or I'd learn it myself off YouTube. I was wacko and would like carry like monologues around and like start saying the monologue to people, and they'd be like, what you are, and I just write all the time. And when I was ready to, and I was like, you know what? I think I've like finally figured out who I am as a performer. I don't want to do that anymore. It's the universe is telling me like, no, I'm not getting cast here. Maybe my path is through writing and I'll write my own something and then come back. And I always wanted to do TV, right? So I went to LA for a semester and took an internship at a production company. Where I was like just reading scripts, analyzing scripts for them, taking notes. And then my boss really respected my opinion. So then she was like, I want to read your pilot. I wrote a pilot, went back to school and was like, oh, I'm done. I'm not performing. I'm going to like change. I took any communications or film or writing class I could, in addition to my music theater training. And Salisha, what is crazy about life? What's crazy about life is when I did Broadway Theater Project at 16 and like didn't know the rules of anything, I again sang a big belty song. I sang Don't Rain on My Parade from Funny Girl. And it was for the late Jay Binder, who has always been such a champion for me.
Wow.
And his response though was like, you can sing it, but don't sing that song. Just like, don't sing it. And I was like, but I like it. So I'm going to sing the song. Thanks. Sing the song. And he was like, okay, come back my senior year of college. We do at Elon a casting director series and agents where they come to our school. And he came down and he was like, I remember you, the girl who sang Don't Rain on My Parade. And I was like, oh no.
You're like, I'm gonna sing it again today.
Well, I think I did even worse where I sang The Man That Got Away, Judy Garland from A Star Is Born. And he again was like, what are you doing? And I was like, I just really like the song. And then he said, well, I'm going to put you in The Lion King. And I was like, okay, thanks. Okay.
Oh my God.
And he literally said it out of his mouth. And I was like, off Judy Garland? No. Okay, great. Thank you. Continue education. And then the week before I graduate, get a phone call that like Binder cast Lion King, they want to see you. And I was like, oh my God, he kept his promise. What? Oh my God. Still thinking I'm not going to get it. I was like, there's no way I'm going to get this. Like, these people have been auditioning all these years. They know the show better than me. They know choreo. But because I'm first gen, honey, you say yes to everything. I went up there, the way that I analyzed that show, like on the plane, I was like, I'm not gonna embarrass myself. Practice with friends, and then get there. I'm originally auditioning for Shenzi, and I sing the, like, you know how they, like, even when you're going in for a character, they might ask you to sing from your book.
Yeah. Yeah.
They asked me to sing from my book, and I sang a pop song, and then I don't know if I offered or they asked, but I've been like working on my classical voice. So I was like, can I sing If I Loved You from Carousel? And I sang that. And then they were like, do you want to be considered for a swing? And I didn't really know what a swing was. I like kind of understood the concept, but I was like, sure, no problem. And then I sang, I kid you not, like 4 songs from the show. And they taught me then and there, like the songs.
Because you were
Learned like
so
4 dances.
versatile.
Yeah, is what they realized. And I just picked everything up. And I've always said, even if I can't do like the step perfectly, I know what you're trying to teach me and can like tell, I can like reiterate the entire dance back to you, even if my body might take a little longer.
Whoa. So you were a swing at the Lion King.
Yes, I was a swing first.
Wow. And then did you end up switching over to some
Swing first. And then I left the show and then became a vacation swing.
nice?
And then just by the nature of that, like I've done Shenzi, um, for a couple weeks when like someone's on vacation and like they're just gonna cover, it's like, oh, do you want to come in and cover this 2-week vacation as Shenzi? Sure. Done ensemble tracks, did Sarabi for a little bit. So I just jumped back and forth, and that's both on tour where I started and then Broadway.
Oh
Um,
my gosh. I wish I had this energy when I was a
yeah.
swing. Girl, I was all over the place. I was like, oh my God. Wait. You want to do what? But we haven't rehearsed that
Oh,
yet.
no. I cried for a month straight and didn't talk to anyone when I first got there. Like when I say a month straight, like every single day leaving rehearsal, I was like, they hate me here. Why are they making me do this? They didn't explain what it was. I have 9 things to learn and more. But I just have always had what people have used against me, but I now appreciate is like the put me in coach energy. Like
Yes. Put
I
me in
like
your place.
pressure. I think it's why I like theater. It's why I think I was a good swing. Like I like the feeling of like having to learn something out of. I did back then. Now that I'm a little older, I'm like, I see that like this isn't safe. It's really safety. It's like some things aren't safe for someone to never have done before. It's really not.
But
But
that,
back then I was like, oh my God, yes, give me the binder and like I'll learn it in a second and
it's that
because what's
I'm fresh
behind
out
that?
of college energy.
Yes, it is that fresh out of college
Yes.
energy. Like I want to
Yes.
work, I want to prove myself.
I
But
can do this.
but I like climbed that ladder. Like I climbed the Lion King ladder. I felt like I started at the bottom and then was working my way up to like filling in for ensemble and then a principal. And then I was like,
I,
it served me. I'm done. Yeah, it served me. I love coming back for short stints.
wow. Okay. Question then, because it sounds like
Yes.
you run into success, or it.
Oh.
Have you ever felt discouraged?
Yeah.
And
The
if you have,
whole
like, how did you? What'd you do?
my
Keep going.
yes, I almost feel like I felt more discouraged than I had felt hopeful. Let me rephrase.
Okay.
From an outside perspective, I think I was discouraged from the outside more than I had people like pouring into me. So it mattered a lot when people poured into me. Like a lot. Like I really took in like people's words. And then but inside I always kind of knew like they're wrong.
Wow.
So I had more hope in myself than I think other people had in me. And they might say, Phylicia, you're wrong. We tried to tell you this whole time. But I'd be like, look at the facts. Like the facts are not saying that. Facts are not adding up. I was in one main stage show out of like 30. I did one. And it
Wow.
was ragtime. No shade. It was ragtime. So it was like they needed Black people. So I knew I was getting into that. I was like, oh my God, I'll finally be in a show. So I knew I was getting into it. I knew. I knew. I was like, okay. And yeah, but like I think I also thrived off having something to prove. And that comes from my family a little bit. Like everyone in my family is successful. I have 3 sisters. One is a doctor, one is a lawyer, one is a biochemist.
Wow.
Um,
And one's a movie
You see
star.
what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? Yeah. And now they're like, who's the
And one
successful
is
one?
a
Thank
movie
you.
star.
Thank you. My mom was not playing. Yeah, I also believed, I don't know if I heard this somewhere or I like have always thought this, like God didn't give me the desire to ice skate. I've never wanted to ice skate in my life, but he gave me this desire to be an artist and to
Mm.
like be an actor and to be a writer. So it like must mean something, you know, like
Wow.
I never wanted to be no firewoman. I've never wanted to be um like even teaching. I now love teaching, but even things like I just never wanted to do anything else.
It's like
And
God gives
tried
you
and
desires
tried.
for a reason. There's something to
Hmm.
uncover there. And when you have multiple desires, you get to choose. It's a choose your own adventure. Which path do you want to take? Which way do you want to go?
Yes, that whole thing of like, if you want to be an artist and you can do anything else, do the anything else. I vehemently disagree. If you want to be an artist, do literally do it all, and the art will probably always come back to you because it was always my home. When I had different minors in college, I was studying economics in
Whoa.
college.
Felicia.
Yeah, that's what my mom wanted me to do. So I had that minor. I left school and it was still a conversation with her, like, can you go to law school? And I was like, okay, I'll look at like some law books, like, sure. Um, Even being a writer, I was like, I think I'm gonna be a writer, but like Lion King would always kind of call me back when I was getting in that groove, but I was doing both. Um,
Interesting.
yeah, I was like, oh, I at one point wanted to work at Soul Cycle. I was like, I think that is my purpose. I'm gonna work at Soul Cycle. I
Your
loved it so much. I wanted free classes, and I was like, I just feel inspired on this bike.
You
And
said,
I
this
kid
is
you
my
not,
purpose.
I was like, that I'm gonna be one of these Soul Cycle teachers. And I'm like, do you know Tundi from Peloton?
Yes.
The way she has done what I wanted, what I thought that I wanted to do with like fitness and just like taken it and just like brought it into people's lives holistically,
Wow.
which I still kind of want to do. But when I was like ready to sign up to take the course, Lion King called back. So it was like at every turn when I was trying to leave, like it would always call me back home. Like it was like, you're an artist.
Interesting.
You're an artist. Yeah.
Okay, so okay, it sounds like you kind of grew up in the film arena, but when
Hmm.
you started to like get this good stuff, like Rise of the Pink Ladies and stuff, what was that transition? Did you have the manager? Did you have an agent? Were you getting those auditions regularly? How did that sphere come into your life?
Um, well, when something is not for you, it will be removed.
Yeah.
So I had New York agents and I loved them. They were so kind to me. I started recognizing that we looked at who I was a little differently and what I wanted to do as a performer a little differently. They were sending me things that didn't resonate with me. And I'm someone I got to this point, but I think before when I was younger, I would take every audition, be like, yes, 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 yes. Um, but I also had an amazing production contract. So it was like, unless it kind of fills that void,
Yeah.
I think I can have some discernment and say no.
Yeah.
But they, as my agents, were like, why are you saying no to something that might start regional but could go to Broadway? And I was like, I don't know. I just like, it's not in my soul to kind of like take risks like that. I got these loans to pay.
Right. That's real.
um,
And that is a really big gamble having a production contract and then taking a chance on a new show. I've
yeah.
done it. And sometimes it goes and sometimes it doesn't.
Yeah, and I think for some people that was like amazing. I just Lion King and the people that were there were such fountains for me
Yeah.
at the time, and I was like, I just kind of want to stay. And again, I was like, I think I can hit all the goals that I want to hit in this one space. Um,
Wow.
so then the pandemic hit, and and then me and those agents like very kindly parted ways because I also was getting more into writing, and it was they were also noticing that I would say things like I would like enter writing competitions and fellowships things, and one of them I had to go to like Austin, Texas, and I like turned down an audition to go do this pitch competition in Austin. And I think they were like, you might want to write. Maybe you should explore that. And they were very nice about it. Um,
Oh,
yeah, and I was like, okay, yeah, I think I do. So we very amicably parted ways. Pandemic hits, and we're kind of working with the manager, but I'm just like, okay, I think this is a sign from the universe. And I really like main character energy. Everything's about me. So I was like, the pandemic is gonna work for me.
Amen.
And maybe I started the pandemic. I don't know. Because I refused to leave Lion King, and God was like, stop going back to this show. You want to
Wow.
write. So it shut down the show. But that's like all my
Whoa.
thinking in my head. That's that main character energy. My thinking was like, oh, I couldn't leave it myself. So it like forced me to leave. Okay, let me get into this writing bag.
I am
And
loving this journey. Keep going.
and then my friend Kalila and I like were convinced we were gonna be like YouTube stars. And she was just like, girl, I dare you to make a video. So like made a YouTube video, and it was a lot, but I felt so fulfilled doing that. It was like a space that was my own. I knew the hard work that I put behind it, so I wasn't really judging it. And it was just like goofy and weird like me. And I was like, this is me, like one of my guests on it. Everything comes full circle. I drew a stick figure and was like, this is my guest today, Oprah Winfrey. And she was one of my guests on the show. Words
Oh,
are powerful, honey. Words are powerful.
can we talk about that
Words
for
are
a second?
powerful.
Was she singing happy birthday to you?
She was.
Okay, can we talk about this pinch me moment? Did you ever think that you would wake up one day and the Oprah Winfrey would be singing happy, like you're not just in the room with Oprah.
Singing
She's
to me. No. And I'm always like, everyone's like, better than my wildest dreams. I never believed that. I was like, there's no way, because I'm such a dreamer. And then for that to happen, it was like, one, a dream I didn't even know that I had. So I was just simply grateful. And two, it just was like everyone's just people, and they wanted to celebrate me on my birthday, and were like a little not offended, but they were just like, wait, we have to work on your birthday? And I was like, but I'm so happy to be working on my birthday. And like
oh,
Danielle Brooks sent me champagne, Fantasia sang to me. It was like so special
that is
that
so
they all wanted to.
surreal.
I know.
Okay, tell me your biggest pinch me moment of, I mean, the last couple of years. If we didn't already just say it, but
You know, it goes back to the story of like how I got my managers. The fact that I had a friend kind of recommend a specific manager for me, because I manifested her, and I like saw that she worked with people in the industry that I loved, and I like wrote down I will be signed with her. And then my friend put a recommendation, and I now know she was not taking on new clients by the time my friend recommended me. But he kind of like pushed and then made an intro email in my, this is like the biggest pinch me moment. Something just told me, Phylicia, put a link to your YouTube videos in your email signature. And I did. And she watched my YouTube videos with her daughter. And her daughter was like, Mommy, Mommy, she's so funny. And she was like, we watched it like 7 times in one sitting. And she knew she wanted to sign me off the videos, not off my writing, not off my acting, not off the singing, off me standing in front of a camera being like, hey guys, it's me, Phylicia. What are we going to talk about today? I don't know. The world's ending. Woohoo. Like that's what made her want to sign me.
oh my God. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. And this is after I had like removed any kind of limiting beliefs I had around agents and managers, because I'd been like broken up with by my, and I was like, oh, I don't know if
Yeah.
maybe I'm not a manager kind of girl or something. So I was like, the right person's just gonna get it. And my talent is gonna be seen in a way that like will be undeniable. And like I had to like shift all those thoughts. Um,
Oh my gosh.
yeah,
Oh
and
my
then
gosh. So that's your biggest pinch me moment is getting your manager, the one who
getting my
you
manager,
wanted.
like to this day is my biggest pinch me moment. I feel like another one is gonna come early next year. If all of this manifesting, speaking to God is like accurate for me, there's gonna be another one at the top of next year. But getting my manager, that was like, wait, what? Because I just was like, I wrote her name down, and like I never asked people for favors and intros, but I like went out, it was going
It's
outside
awkward to
myself
do
to
that.
ask
It's
my
really
friend.
it's
Yeah.
hard.
And I normally wouldn't, but like, and he didn't really know me. He was like my substitute teacher in high school, and I just knew that he wrote. I just knew that he wrote, and I was like, hey, do you mind? Like, I know that you're connected to her. And the fact that he was like, yeah, I was like, what's happening? Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Um,
Oh my gosh.
when you declare it, it might come in a roundabout way you never expect, but you
Wow,
just
what a
declare it and then you
gift.
do stuff around it. I know it
So did
is,
she get you the audition
man.
for Color Purple? How did that come into your life?
Whew. So Color Purple.
Take me on the journey. Like what was the okay, I don't even know that this is a thing to this is a thing. Oh wait, my name is in the hat. Oh wait, I'm young Celie.
So Color Purple came about, knew it was happening because they cast Corey Hawkins and her, like, I think almost like a year before we all even auditioned. I was like, okay, that's happening. We arrived to 2015. While I'm going through the Lion King process, I'm also being seen for Color Purple. It's like Les Mis, Lion King, and Color Purple, what I was being seen for, like, out of school.
On
And
Broadway?
on Broadway, yes, with Danielle, Cynthia, like I was being seen for the standby alternate. I forget what it was at that point.
Nice.
Being seen for that, kind of being told I'm gonna get it. Don't get it. And I was kind of just like, okay, weird. Everyone kind of told me I was gonna get that, but okay. But I also knew, like, I was like, I can't sing that. Wait a second now.
Wait a minute. Wait,
I
wait, wait,
also
wait.
was like, and they must be coming with a voice coach. Must be having that in the contract. And I had a teacher. Okay, I'm gonna say that piece for the end. Okay, so I've auditioned for it before. I auditioned for the tour, and it was like not clicking. So I was like, okay, I guess people are just like being like, you're Black because doing the Color Purple. Like that's what I just assumed people were saying. Um, then my grandmother passes away. And again, that main character energy, I was like, okay, something's got to happen. Something has to happen. She's passed away. A portal has to open. She's got a direct link to God now. They're sitting up there to get, like, literally just to cope with the emotion and like the fear. I have not lost. My father passed away, but we kind of knew that was coming. This we knew was coming, but it was like seeing my mom deal with it was like really hard for me. So I was like, okay, this just has to be, I got to bring her some kind of joy this year. Grandma, get to work, figure it out, girl, figure it out. You left us, so now you have the responsibility, girl. And I kid you not, the day we buried her, I heard a voice in my head that said, Google the Color Purple auditions. And I was like, huh? I submitted on Actors Access, Salisha. I paid the little $2, sent in my headshot for the role of Celie on Actors Access. And very gratefully, because I had cleared all that energy around agents and managers, my manager helped me get my agent. I then emailed my agent and then like, hey, I normally wouldn't do this, but I self-submitted on Actors Access. Do you mind like following up and seeing if they'll see me? And she's like, sure, no problem. And I was like, okay, probably long shot. And I'm in Africa, so there's like 1 gig of data. Like that's all the data we're sharing. Like 6 people are sharing 1 gig of data, and I use
God.
mine to Google an audition. And they're
Oh
like
my
sending
God.
like actual work emails, and I'm like Googling auditions because I don't have a job. And they come back to me, they're like, yeah, they want to see for the role of Celie. I write, no printer. I write down the lines on paper, have my sister go over them with me on the flight back. We land. I have to record. I'm here. I have no voice. Because I'd done those YouTube videos, I understood how to edit. So I would sing, I lip sync the whole thing to the camera and then would sing one line in my voice notes, pause, upload it, and put it, and I would like sync it. I would like watch myself sing and then sing one line, T, throat
You're
coat, blah, 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 sing
joking
another
right
line. I'm
now.
not joking.
You are kidding right now.
I'm not, I wish I was.
You lip
I was
sang
like,
the whole
I lip
thing
synced the
first?
whole thing and then just like would sing one line at a time. Because I couldn't do it. I could not do it in one take. I tried. I couldn't do it in one take, but I was like, I have to get this. I couldn't, I was like, I have to do it. I couldn't get, I literally by the time we got to, uh, uh, I'm gonna, no voice. So I had to sing it one line at a time and just pieced it together and made it look like it was one cohesive take because I'd done all those YouTube videos. So I was like, we got this. I send it back and they say no. And they were like, she's really talented, but it's not going to work out.
Wait,
And
what?
they said no.
How did I love that? Okay,
They
I
said
love that we
no.
know how this ends. So I'm like, oh, she didn't get Broadway. Well, we know how this ends, so it's gonna be okay.
Yeah.
So how they say no, and then what happened next?
Their feedback was she's reading a little young. Um, And we really like her. We'll like keep her in mind for stuff. This was Telsey. And again, that clearing energy, I had listened to like every single podcast Bernie Telsey had done. Cause I was like, I can't get into Hamilton. So we need to figure this out, Bernie. Like, come on, couldn't get into Mean Girls. Like Bernie, okay, like I need to like get into his like energy and like he's brilliant. Like now I feel like I removed that idea of like gatekeeping casting directors, and they really just are creatives who are trying to make the best project possible. And once I started seeing them like that, I was like, oh, he's gonna want to collaborate with me. Like that was the dialogue I was telling myself in something. So they say no. And I think I pushed back one more time. I was like, are you sure? And I think they went back and they were like, yes, like it's just not going to work out. We will keep you in mind. But I wrote down during that process, I'll be playing Celie in the Color Purple movie musical. Oprah Winfrey's going to love me. Our director, Blitz Bazawule, they're all going to love me. Bernie Telsey, Tiffany Little Canfield, they're all going to say that I'm the choice. Like I wrote that down and like left it alone. And was telling myself, whoever they get to play Celie, like she's gonna get something else and leave it. Like it's just mine. I don't know how it's gonna work out, but I just have to be. I don't know if I'm gonna start as an assistant to the director. They'll see my talent. Like just thinking these things. Delusion, Delulu. I created delusion. It's me. I created it. I created it. Um, yeah, just saying like I don't know how it's gonna work out, but like I'll be on that set. I'll be humming something behind the camera, and they'll say, it should be you. Like that's how I think thoughts in my head.
Oh my gosh. This is the funnest delusion because it
happened. It happened. And then from there, I got into a writer's room. I was like, I knew that I wanted to write. My agents were able to get me Grease. That also came about like the week before we were gonna start rehearsals to reopen shows. I had like been I was getting to a place like that. I mean, not getting Color Purple was very frustrating. And I like had a lot of like anger, and I was like, oh, I thought that was it. And so Lion King then came back and were like, would you like to help us reopen the tour? You're a swing. We might have you bounce, learn tour, learn Broadway, so we can keep you kind of in the mix. They were trying out this new version of vacation swings where you're like on retainer. I think some shows still have it. Like you are kind of like, they just kind of send you where they need to send you.
on retainer. We
And
like this.
yeah, I think some shows did it for the first couple of, maybe the first year, just to be like, hey, just chill out in New York. You kind of can't take anything else. We'll kind of still pay you a little bit, but
Okay.
we'll yes, like that kind of thing. And I was like, no, at first. I was like, just give me, I just want to think about it. I just think something else is gonna come. Then I got grateful. I was like, you know what? You've been trying to get out of home. This is gonna take you place people you love, doing something you love. It's you always want to open companies. So then finally, like a week before it was supposed to, I needed to say yes. I said yes. I was like, I will go back. My bags are packed, Salisha. I got a call from my agent. You have an interview tomorrow for Grease, Rise of the Pink Ladies as a writer. We know you have Lion King.
As a writer?
As a writer. Mm-hmm.
Wait. Were you there as a writer? I thought you were there on the show.
No, as a writer.
You're involved with Rise of the Pink Ladies as a writer.
As a writer.
Oh
Mm-hmm.
my
As a
God,
writer.
Phylicia! Oh my God! Oh my God! Wait, this is amazing!
Wait.
Oh my gosh! I did not realize that, and that is like, it just.
As a writer.
That is amazing. I'm in this new frame of mind that, okay, obviously being an actor is the bomb, but I love directing and I love writing, and I have no idea what what those things are, but that is like, I think it's so cool. I think it, like when we were in like drama kids in high school looking at Broadway, it's like, oh my God, people on Broadway are so cool. That is how I feel about writers, director, like keep going.
Yes, I was there as a writer, so interviewed for that. That was anointed. There were like things in my script that my director, I mean, my showrunner just like was like, "Oh, I went to that high school." Like I wrote about the high school she went to, not knowing that it was the high school she went to.
Rydell High?
No.
Just kidding.
In my my script was about governor schools, you know, like Nasia, Rashidra, where they went to high school, because I was so intrigued by that. I wrote about it in my script, and my showrunner went to school with Rashidra. like same school. And I was like, that is crazy. So I knew I was gonna get that. I was like, I think I probably bombed it. But I was like myself, and I like made some comments that probably like new writers shouldn't make, but I was like, we're the Black people. And I think she resonated with that. Got hired on that. So I was like, okay, this is it. This is the path to writing my own show. Auditioned for Grease. Was told it wasn't going to work out. And I was like, the show that I'm writing, I'm not going to be in. Huh? Crazy. But again, main character. So I was like, okay, so what's going to be the project that I could turn around and tell my boss, like, you missed out, even though, you know, I was supposed to be there as a writer. I'm glad I could only write on that. It like was much better focus for me. Then Color Purple comes back. And this is after I'm like going through a weird thing where I just feel old. Like the pandemic aged us all. So I was like, I'm old.
All the ingenues
I've
became a different type.
Character actors in 2 years. And I was like, I've wasted my life away. I'm done playing teenagers. Oh, and then Color Purple comes back and is like, would she like to be seen as young Celie? And I was like, young? Huh?
What?
Young?
You trying to card me?
I said, don't waste my time. I don't know. But instead of saying no to the audition, I was in New York that weekend, like all the shows came back. And I was also writing on Grease. And I was like, I actually really don't have the time to do what I normally would do with like the cut and the edit and the edit. And I was like, I don't have time for that. So I went to Ripley Greer, gave myself 30 minutes in that studio, recorded a scene. I sang I'm Here Again. And I was like, they've already heard my better version. So they have to take what they get. And if it's meant to be, it'll be meant to be with this. Like no resistance. I was like, if it's meant to be, it'll be with this. Called me back month later, said, we have a director session for you. And on that director session, I almost felt a little bad by this reaction. When I saw Bernie Telsey, I was like, I've done it. I'm about to get this. I'm about to get this. Bernie Telsey is on this Zoom saying that I'm brilliant. Done. Call me back another month later. They asked for some things in between the work session and this and the chemistry read call, but it was like they sent me a song that I now sing in the film. They sent me different scenes that I would do and send back. All while doing Grease, and my boss was so like amazing about it, so kind about it. She was like, yeah, I know you're an actor, like please like do that. And then they come back and say, we would like for you to come to LA for a chemistry read with Halle Bailey. And that's when I was like, wait a second.
Wait a second.
Am I really about to get this? Little Mermaid herself. I said, interesting. And the timing was perfect because I was going to LA for some Grease stuff. So I was like, yeah, I'll be in LA, no problem. I'm happy to come by. Go into the room. It's just us there, just me and Halle.
Oh my God.
And I was like, oh, this is what,
Nobody
and I've been
else?
watching no one else. And I've been watching so many audition stories from people, like different actors talking about their processes maybe, just to like understand what it's like. Cause I had no idea, like, what is a chemistry read like? Is cause sometimes it's like everyone's behind the table. But it was COVID. So I don't know what this is going to be like. And I remember Dominique Fishback when she did the movie Power with Jamie Foxx. She didn't get it at first. And so that was like a narrative, like, oh, people don't get things at first. Like it comes back when it's meant to come back. When I saw it was just us in the room. I don't remember who I watched, but someone else had that experience. Like it was just us. And I knew I was going to get it. And I was like, oh my God, it's a just us moment. I think I'm going to get this. Walk out. I do the whoa. I'm like, whoa, send it to my team. And I'm like, have your phones ready because I'm about to get this part. And go back to Greece. I go to Greece. I'm on Zoom. I am, yeah, like literally like in the weeds of like breaking story. And I get a text from the team like, hey, do you have time to step out for a phone call? And it was the call that of calls that I talked about on the Jennifer Hudson show, which is crazy to say, that like the verbiage was like, you are the choice, they want you. And I ran around that block. I called my friend Ashley, who coached me through it, who we pieced together only this year that she played Celie on the tour that I auditioned for, that it did it. No, years before, but she'd played Celie. And I didn't like ask her to coach me because she played Celie. I asked her to coach me because she was my friend and I wanted to support her business she was trying to start during the pandemic. Wow. So that was anointed. And then Salisha, when I was in college, college was not a good, it was a rough experience for me at times. I had an advisor or teacher, I feel like she said it to be shady. And she said, you couldn't play like Celie, but you could play like little Celie. And I did.
Well, bam!
And
You try to be shady. Guess what?
and
You can spoke that into existence. Thank you. I
for
will.
me, thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. And this is where I log off. And thank you so much for having me. No, I'm kidding.
And bye-bye. Oh my God.
So yeah, in the way that my life is a movie, main character, there were so many twists and turns and supporting characters that had to come in and like plot twists and different settings and scene changes and just the belief of like my one goal. I was like, I'm gonna be in it. And I wrote down top like January of 2021. I was watching The Prom with my mom and Ariana DeBose is in it. And I was like, if she can, I think I can too.
Yes.
I will be in a movie musical by the end of this year. Wrote it down, and then it all happened. Isn't that wild?
It's incredible. It's what an incredible story. You know what one of my biggest takeaways from that is aligning energetically with what you want.
Yes.
And if you're nowhere in that sphere, figure out how to get in that sphere.
Yes.
Watching videos, listening to tapes, listening to podcasts, figuring out what is the energy of the people in that space, in that room, doing your research. And then the more you're exposed to it, the more you kind of get it. And the things that work out for us, it kind of makes sense. Like the things that pass, I don't know if I'm articulating this right, but it kind of feels like when you get something, it makes sense in the moment. Whereas when you really like, oh, I wish I could do that. It's so far away. Like when it's more of a hope and a prayer, but I don't really think I can do it, but I just wish I could, versus no, I know I can do that. I know I can do that. It's a different energy. And you just have demonstrated it perfectly of like really the power of intention, of saying what you want, knowing who you are, what your worth is, and like not taking no for an answer.
Not taking no for an answer, but also like releasing it. Because when they came, I wish I had a camera on me when they came back for Young Celie, where I was like, but I'm seeing Wicked tonight. I've never felt that way. I'm always like, yes. And I was like, but I'm seeing Wicked, like, okay. I'm sure you're an actor, so I'm sure you get the thing and you're like, okay, let me like obsess over it, like make sure I know every single line. I just didn't have that energy because I just knew that if it was not going to be that, it would be something else. I just had a feeling it was going to be this. And to your point about like, I know I can do it. I didn't know I could do it, but I knew who I was and knew that I would figure out a way to do whatever I needed to do when it came time to film. Because I learned those YouTube videos. I didn't know how to do that. And I just like researched and Googled and was like trying to figure it out. I feel like none of us knew how to do self-tapes when we first were getting them. And then we all figured out kind of how to do them.
Yeah. Okay, question about your hair during all of this.
Yes.
How were you like, oh, I have to do my hair a certain way for this audition tape? Do I need to look exactly like my Zoom interview? How did you decide what to do with your hair?
Hair is a long journey for me. Hair is why I'm here today.
Ooh.
I feel like when I joined Lion King, I had braids somewhat like this, had like long micro braids. And that's what I wore like my whole life was just long micro braids. And Lion King, you have those puppets. And at the time, their head of hair and makeup was a white woman. And when I joined the tour,
so bizarre.
She saw my braids and was like, no, she can't have those. And I was like, but I was hired this way. That's when you're hired a way, you keep them. And when I say all those women in Lion King, Black women, our white stage manager was like, yeah, this is not okay. They're not going to mistreat you like this. Like, no. Yes, it's on my side. And that white woman won because there's something in the contract that was like at producer's discretion. They can ask you to change. And I sat backstage the night I was supposed to start. I got fitted all my puppets with all that stuff and was like in tears, like taking out my braids. God. And I'd never done my natural hair, like never. never. And I was in the middle of Edmonton, Canada, like not even like New York, not Harlem, where I could just like go to a salon, Canada. And it was my friend Kalila, who then dared me to do the YouTube videos years later, and Amber, they like saw me and took me to, they found some beauty supply stores, took me to them
In
and like
Canada?
helped me get products. Canada, San Jose, the next city was San Jose. And they just
Okay.
were like, we're gonna help you and like get you some stuff. They did. And then I like learned how to do my natural hair, but over time it got damaged because I still was like in different, I didn't know like how to
Yeah.
handle different environments. Like
Right.
I had to
Yeah.
cut it all off. I was giving the Viola Davis when Viola Davis won her Emmy. And again, like coping with stuff, I had that picture on my phone because and I was like, can you please make my hair look like this to a Phylicia Michelle hair in Harlem? I came back and I was like, can you cut my hair to look just like Viola Davis's? I love her. So I had that hair, had that photo on my phone, was like, okay, this is all purposeful. Um, and so I was like understanding my natural hair as I would go along with Lion King. And it was, and then it got fun. It got to a point where it was like, oh, this is kind of fun. I really love my hair. Um, and then it was like, I don't ever want anyone to touch my hair but me. Like my one hairstylist and me, that's it. And so when I was auditioning for Color Purple pandemic, I had like faux locks in, protective styles.
Nice.
So I wasn't able to go get it trimmed. And I was like, let me just keep this up. Auditioned the entire audition with locks, faux locks in. Then when it came time, everything is purposeful and nothing is wasted. I was the only person on set who had their natural hair because I think I'd like poured so much love into it and took such good care of it that our Black head of hair and makeup was like, oh, we're going to show this off. This is beautiful. We're going to show off this hair. And had I
Oh,
not gone through that journey, I think I would have been like, no, like I don't want people to see it. And I was like, yeah, I love my hair. Great. And I remember the first day we did like our
wow.
hair session, he's like braiding it and he's like, your hair feels like my childhood of like playing with my sister's hair and playing with my family's
You're the
hair.
only one who showed up with your natural hair?
Well, they all showed up, but I think because it's period pieces, they like wig them and they like want to do different styles. And I'm sure like some of the styles were like heat based. And I think they were like, we don't want to do that to our hair. But it was literally like I would walk into the trailer and they put a little leave-in and braid my hair, and that was it. And I just love that that is how like the world is going to be introduced to me, like fully naturally myself is really cool.
Wow.
Like, and I had to work to get to that place to be like, wow, this is how people are gonna see me. Like, they're just naturally myself. Um,
I am
and there's no
so excited
pretense.
for this to come out. I know it's already been screened places, but like the general public, we get to see it Christmas Day, the 25th. I
Hmm.
think it's released internationally sometime in January, maybe the 18th.
Yeah,
I am so excited.
me too. Me
The trailer looks
too.
amazing.
Thank
You look
you.
beautiful, and as you said, in your natural,
Natural state, like full, barely any makeup.
talk about
Um,
validation. You
I know
being exactly who you are.
exactly. To tell like this legacy story. Not even, it's like it's people are going to always now associate like my face and my hair with like Celie.
Pause, because you're breaking up right
That
now. Hold on.
feels, I'm very proud, very grateful for every twist and turn I go through. Oh, you froze.
I know, I know. Can you hear me still?
Am I it's me?
Hold
Okay, you're
on.
back. You're back. You're back. Yeah, I could hear you the whole time.
You could?
It's me. My internet connection is unstable.
All right, we're gonna
Yeah, I can hear you.
okay, we're gonna end this soon just to make sure that we get a nice clean, but say what you just said. You were
Um, that I'm very grateful I had to go through that journey with like the taking out the braids, the cutting of my hair, because it prepared me. I had to learn to love myself. I had to learn to look in the mirror and say that I love myself every single day. I read books on loving myself. I read books on hair. Um, and I don't think I even equated how much my hair like fed into my self-worth. And I had to fight for my hair. I had to fight for myself. And in doing all of that prepared me for this moment where when they were like, we're going to have you in your natural hair, I was like, that's amazing. And it was Black people that knew how to do it. So I knew I'd be protected. So I knew I'd be protected. And when I said walk to that chair, and I told them, I was very honest. I was like, this is the first time I've been with a company where love is the word around my hair and not like manage and not like we
Wow.
don't know and not, like, oh, it's a lot. It was like, oh, we love this. Your texture is beautiful. And
Wow.
yeah.
Phylicia, what a gift. What a gift you are. What a gift your life is. What, what, what do you do after this? Like, where are you right now? Are you excited for Christmas? Like, how are you ending out this year?
I'm so excited. I'm excited that other people are excited. I think when you film something, like that is like the work.
Yeah.
And so when I wrapped, like that was like the best day of my life. So it's like I did it. And then I got to see it in May, and that was amazing. So at
That was
this
a long time
point,
ago.
I know it was a long time ago. And then we had the premiere last week, which was beautiful. I think at this point, it's they kind of say like we give it to the world. It feels like it's no longer mine. It's like the world's now. And I'm just excited. I'm excited people are excited about it. I'm excited people are excited for me. I'm very grateful. My family is ready, but I am a secret introvert. So a lot of the interviews and stuff, I'm ready to like cocoon for a
Right?
little bit.
I'm so
And
grateful that you
just,
showed up to this one. Thank you.
yes, no. And you're talking about me being the light. You are the light. I remember at that wedding, I went by myself. I was so scared. I was like, I'm not going to know anybody. I won't have anyone to talk to. But I actually remembered you because you toured with Beautiful, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And I think we met briefly when I went to see it in Chicago. And I remember being like, that girl is so nice. Like,
Oh my
wow, I want to be that
God.
nice. That girl is like so sunshiny and like pure light and like is like a goddess. And
Oh
that
my
wedding proved to
gosh.
me everything I needed to know. The way your now husband was looking at you, I was like, man, I want to be someone like that.
Oh,
You radiate
Felicia.
sunshine. I mean it. You are just, girl, it is. I got to tell tired. And I was like, I still have to make solution. I have to do it for her. I have to do it for her. I have
I
to do it
can't.
for her.
I'm so grateful. Oh my gosh. I
Yeah. You are a star. You are so kind. I feel like I've never heard anything, not a bad word about you. I think it's only ever good things, positive things. And
thank you,
man, I can't wait for you to
Felicia.
have your own talk show. You're gonna what do you want? Daytime, late night? Like what?
I know. I'm trying to figure out
Because
the specifics. I've always wanted my own talk show for sure, like a good hour, just like Oprah. But
you're made to do it. You are made to do it. You are so wonderful. And honestly, I've been talking a lot about, what this film means. And I've just been saying, like, to me, it's a reframing of what a hero is. Like, Celie is the hero of this piece, but she's not like running into burning buildings and she's not like pulling people from train tracks. Like, she's just being kind. And like, that's you. Like, you are a hero. I'm gonna walk today. I don't know who I'm gonna touch with just your energy that's been on me. Like I feel like so inspired to like make the world a better place after talking to you.
you have no
uh,
idea how mutual this feeling is. I'm releasing this video out into the world on the podcast, everything before the film shows, but really, this interview is for me because I just needed to hear and feel your magic for good. And we've been on for way too long, but you
but
have
I love
magic.
it. I can
You
keep
have magic around you.
going.
We ran into each other
Thank
in
you.
Times Square and we both looked at each other like,
And we both were like, and I don't do that. I will walk on by normally, but I was like,
I will
I
walk
love
by
this.
my friends who I have toured with for years. I like, see
Walk
you,
by.
love ya, see ya.
And I was
And
like,
we
I
like,
love this girl. I don't know why I do, and I know that I know her, but how do
right.
I
And it
know
took a
her? And
minute. I was like,
it took
wait
a
a minute.
minute. It took a minute
Oh yeah, we spent time together. Okay.
together. Yes.
Well, I am so happy for you. I'm so excited for you. The world is excited for you. You deserve
Thank
this.
you. Thank you
You
so
deserve
much.
this. And I pray that you enjoy every ounce of love headed towards you.
Oh, thank you.
That you truly sop it up. That you get a little bit of cornbread and just dip it up in the love and just that you truly enjoy it and that you can tell this story, this origin story of your what is the word? Inevitable superstardom of this
Mm.
origin story to your kids or to
Uh,
whoever it is that you'll be inspiring. So,
oh, thank you so much.
girl,
Thank
thank you.
you.
Thank you for spending time with me. Y'all have
Of
just hung out with
course.
Salisha and Phylicia
What
on
Felicia's? Yeah.
Phil to the wait, E to the, well, Phylicia, how'd you do it?
B to the E to the like Mo to the
E to the,
E to the B to the Lee to the.
oh my gosh. Thank you so much. And I'll be
Thank
talking to you
you.
soon.
Yes, thank you so much for having
The
me.
pleasure is truly all mine.